My name is Nikki, and I grew up in an alcoholic home. My mother was an alcoholic. Prior to getting pregnant with me, she was in a pretty life-altering motorcycle accident that began her journey into narcotic addiction. She was pretty heavy into that life of addiction and alcoholism, and so now she had a baby to take care of, and I eventually turned to alcohol and drugs as well myself because that's what I knew, and I knew that it would take me out of myself. I knew that it would numb all of the pain that I had experienced and all of those sins of the past. And at the age of 17, I found out I was pregnant with my son. During my pregnancy, my son's father passed away of drug overdose. I had my son. 3 days later, my grandmother passed away. And so I turned back to the lifestyle that I knew would free me, drugs and alcohol. And I went back down that path for probably about the next 13 years. And the home that I had grown up in, that I had so desperately wanted to free myself from, became the home that my son was growing up in. I had just hit this all-time low, and it was this voice in my head that just said, you don't have to do this anymore, you don't have to do this alone. And so it was in that time that I made the choice that I wanted to get sober, and I wanted to stop drinking and drugging, and I wanted to change my life for the better and be a better mom. I joined this church, and I immediately began to feel this community. During that time, I had the opportunity to attend a 3-day conference or 3-day workshop. And there were many different speakers that came forward, and one of them, I remember, she said, I want you to think of the moments in your past that had the most shame, the most guilt, the most pain. And I want you to close your eyes, and I want you to allow Jesus to come into that space. And I closed my eyes, and he was by my side, and he was holding me, and he said, I love you, I forgive you, I'm here for you, I'm by your side, I'm with you. And I allowed him to walk into those spaces. It was like a slideshow passing in front of my eyes, and he was by my side through every single moment. And ever since then, every moment that I've walked through, whether it's been really, really good moments of buying a home, of watching my son walk through some hard battles on his own and being able to be by his side and to be present, that's the Jesus that walks by me. And that's how I allowed him to come into my life in those moments. So for me, being a part of the member in the body of Christ it's non-negotiable, because I need the people of Christ, me and God and the church and the fellowship and other believers and his people. We get to bring others along this journey with us.